This morning we're down at the legendary Pikes Hotel with another Ibiza legend, Jonathan Gray, aka Jon Sa Trincha.
Yes.
How are you this morning? Wow,
Good morning.
It's actually lunchtime now.
It's
sort of morning for Ibiza.
This is not an after party. This is healthy activities in the morning.
It?
Yes, exactly.
Did you have breakfast?
I've had breakfast. That's why I do the job. Actually, I get free sausages.
Duchy of Cornwall at that. Excuse me. So listen, I mean, you're playing here this morning. You played at Sa Trincha yesterday. You know, you do have.
It's a busy weekend.
Yes.
I played at Sa Trincha all day. Then I played at Zaro in the evening. This morning Pikes, and this evening Space with the Chemical Brothers.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a packed weekend.
It is a packed weekend, and I think you do have one of the most enviable jobs in the world. We won't say best job, but you know, you get to play in some of the most amazing DJ booths in the world. I mean, really.
Yeah, no, I'm very grateful for the perks of the job, I must say. Best job in the world, I'm not sure. I think Hugh Hefner is. Maybe I got the second best job in the world.
So tell me, you arrived here in mid-90s. We're talking like 15 years ago.
Early 90s. I first
90s.
came here in '88 actually, and then came back in the early 90s to look for work. And the moment I started doing that, everything went wrong. Then the first 3 or 4 weeks in Ibiza were a complete nightmare, but I managed to pick myself up and eventually got the job on the beach with my own sound system.
This is down at Sa Trincha.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how did that come about?
Well, I'd fallen off the road into a ditch, and I crawled back onto the roadside, started hitchhiking, and the guy who picked me up turned out to be the boss of Sa Trincha, and he took me to the beach. I washed off my wounds, stayed on the beach, slept on the beach. The next day, the resident DJ didn't turn up, and they asked me if I could play, and the rest was, as they say in the business, was history.
You just played at Azul, at the third Azuli secret party.
That's
Club
right.
Azuli
Yes.
secret party.
Yes.
We
That was fun.
Caught up with you there.
Yeah.
And how did you get involved with the Club Azuli gang?
Club Azuli, I'm basically signed to the record company, and I've just released my own CD, Balearic Beach Sessions, for Azuli. So
So great.
it seemed logical that they invited me to play.
It does seem
If they
logical.
didn't invite me to play, I would be getting very bad-tempered about it.
Great way to promote the music, and in such an amazing location, outdoors, with good people.
Yeah, nice people
Having
always.
fun.
Of course, as always. You've got all the DJs in the world who come here from all over the world. So there's a terrific variety of music that actually comes to the island.
Yeah.
And as I say, you know, my motto is variety is the spice of life. And so it's wonderful for collecting music on the island also.
So I spent a lot of years playing with vinyl, but you also, I guess in a sense, have done the switch to CD as well. You know, how do you find that?
Fine actually. I record most of my vinyl onto CDs, so I've got the option of using vinyl and CDs. But now with the kind of Pioneer setup, it's just so beautifully tuned for the equipment's so beautifully tuned for DJs that it seems a logical step to move on to CDs.
I do just want to throw another question at you, and I'm sure it's one that you've heard many a time, but it's more about the island and its changes. You know, you've been coming here since the late 80s, as you said, and permanently since the early 90s. You've witnessed a lot of change.
Yeah.
Positive, negative, good, bad.
Essentially, the island's the same. You can find your own little rock, you can find your own little beach, and you come back every year, and it's the same. So essentially, the geography of the island hasn't changed, although there's been quite a lot of building. And I think, really, you know, when I first came here, people said to me, "Oh, you should have come here 10 years ago. It was different." But the whole world changes, so it's not Ibiza that's changed so much. The world is changing, and the world is constantly changing. But there's certain elements which remain the same here, and essentially it's a beautiful island. So
Indeed.
I like to stay in beautiful places, and essentially nothing's changed in many ways. Because of those original elements, nothing's changed. It's a lovely island. The indigenous people of the island are cool. And if every summer's the same, you get great influx of terrific people and energy of people who come over here. Hi, I'm Jon Sa Trincha, and you're watching DJsounds.com.